Gonna keep this equipped just in case. I know one attacks behind you in a minute. Ooh, I didn't pick up that note. I think it's a note. Is it a note? It's a note. Lewis Memo. Lewis is Memo. There are some parasites that have the ability to control their hosts. It's basic knowledge among biologists, but not much is known as to how the parasites do it. Studying these parasites specifically might reveal some clues as to how the powers of the Las Plagas work, and perhaps provide more insight on the victims of the Las Plagas, the Los Ganados. Here's a list of some parasites that have the ability to manipulate the behavioral patterns of their host. Dicrocolium. Sounds wrong, but it's the name. Once the larvae of this parasite migrates to the ant's esophagus, it alters the behavior of the ant. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to cough. When the temperature drops in the evening, the infected ant climbs to the top of a plant and clamps onto a leaf using its mandible. It stays there immobile until the next morning, placing the ant where it's most vulnerable to be eaten by a browsing herbivore such as a sheep. One could conclude that the parasite is manipulating the host's behavior to make its way into the body of its definitive host. Galactosomum. The larvae of this parasite makes its home inside the brain of a fish such as the yellowtail and the parrot bass. Once infected, the fish make their way up to the water's surface where they'll swim until eaten by seabirds. Once again, this peculiar behavior can only be explained by the parasite's desire to get into the bodies of the seabirds. Leucochloridium. This parasite's sporocysts develop in the snail's tentacles. The sporocysts are vivid in color and pulsate continually, somewhat like a worm. Surprisingly, the infected snail makes its way to the top of a plant where it's more visible to the eyes of birds, and therefore more likely to be eaten. Once eaten by a bird, the parasite will complete its metamorphosis into an adult. Thank you, Lewis. I'm fairly sure that does nothing for me. That wasn't my footstep. It does nothing for me, but thanks for the info anyway. As soon as you break down this door and walk through the actual door frame, Navistador will jump down behind you. Just like that. Die, you fucker. What the hell? Uh-oh. Run. Standpoint! Oh, what the hell? There you are. Ah, I tried to go away that time. Huh? You failed. Alright. I think that's all in the Navistadors, unless you do some backtracking later on. I think if you do some backtracking later on, there are a couple of Navistadors. But I'm not going to be doing any backtracking until I get the Broken Butterfly. Velvet Blue. Don't think there's anything in the drainage pipe thingy, so... That's not a pipe, that's just a drain. Break those, smash. I think one has a Velvet Blue, I think. No, maybe not. And here comes the Prince of Persia room. It's probably worth getting yourself killed on purpose just to see Leon's death scene. He gets splattered against the wall and just falls down there into the dark pits of stuff. What's down there anyway? Oh, it's just darkness. It can shoot through. Right. If you get hit by that, obviously it kills you instantly. Nice. It's really, really easy. You could actually do it blindfolded, because judging by the sounds. Smash this. Yay. Open. Alright, here's where you should have saved a hand grenade. If you didn't, well, you miss out on a shitload of money. You can chuck a hand grenade down there to kill all of them. Or you could think you could use a mine thrower dart, but who knows. Boom, all dead. You're not dead. Let's fix that. That red guy always survives a shot. Oh, damn. Yeah, take that. Okay, if you threw the hand grenade right, they should all be dead. Except for the red guy who you might need to fire a couple more shots into. They all drop spinels except the leader of the thing. The guy in red, he drops an Illuminato's pendant which sells for 12k. Mine or mine? Mine. 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 Just gotta scout around the room a little bit more because sometimes they can get blasted back behind these pillars. Sometimes, and you won't see them immediately and you'll miss the spinel. Or in some cases, the Illuminato's pendant. If you don't kill them all, they will go through this door and close it off. So you can't go down there anymore. Not that you need to, but, you know, they escape and you miss out on money, so it's worth killing them. Save my game. I'll get up to the next typewriter and then I'll take a break. Because I think it's actually quite nice to get up to the castle instead of getting up to chapter 2-1, just like I did the last fucking 5 times I tried recording this, and I forgot something too. Hang on a minute, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That was about, what, 4 seconds? Again, like I explained, I have to cough every once in a while. Because if I don't, it irritates the crap out of my throat, and I have to cough anyway, so I'm just delaying the inevitable. So, to get the elegant mask, jump across here. You can mash the primary button, action button, basically, to get across faster, or you can wait it out. I prefer to mash it. It's faster, and it's just like, button mash, and you get to practice for later. Merchant can't open the door, so let's jump across this chandelier. Ding! Can you jump down or jump back over? Hey, jump down. Very nice. Smash all the glass. Yeah, that's loud. Elegant mask. Mine, mine, mine. Did I miss any treasure? I believe I did not. Oh, I missed one here. There's also a spindle, like, right here where that gazebo was destroyed. I forgot to pick that up too, but, yeah, what a pain in the ass. Oh well. Screw it, no use crying over spilt milk. In this case, it's not spilt milk, it's like 50,000 pesadas! Ah, I'm so sad now. Alright. Jump across. Come on, you can get across. Yeah, there we go. Go around here. It's a little shortcut. And it's good, because you get an elegant mask, so it makes it worth it.
Welcome.
What's up? Merchant relocates due to the obvious cult thing. So, makes sense to me. You know, I should just save up the Velvet Blues instead of selling them and the spindles and stuff like that, and sell them all at the end of the game and see how much money I get. You'd be like, oh, shitload of money, I'm so happy. And I didn't get a blue eye from that. Oh, there will be Novistadors later, but not for a little while. Sorry to spoil that, but, you know. Hang on a minute. Riot gun. I don't want to run down the capacity on my riot gun, or the ammo on my riot gun, because if I might actually need, not the riot gun, the semi-auto rifle. Because I might actually use all the ammo, I'll need the ammo, and then I'll get to a merchant. Which could be bad, so I don't think I'll run that down yet, but I won't upgrade it yet either. Shut up, merchant. I'll get up to the next typewriter and I'll take a break. You know, the reason I don't like repeating commentary and saying those kind of repetitive things, something cheesy, is because, and if I've got anything to say, I'll usually say it in a subtitle or something, not in the description, not in an annotation, because I do this quite a lot myself, but I'd prefer if people were to download all of these, someone was to download my playthrough via KeepVid or RealPlayer Download Manager or something. If people want to download those, convert it, and burn it onto a DVD to watch on a DVD player, I wouldn't mind people doing that too, because in the description you might, or an annotation, because you can't download annotations, you might miss on some information that you might have wanted in the DVD, so I prefer to put subtitles in if I've got something that I forgot to say. Castellan Memo. For many years the Salazar family has served as the Castellans of this castle. However, not everything is bright, for my ancestry has a dark past. Long ago there was once a religious group that had deep roots in this region called the Los Illuminados. Unjustly, however, the first Castellan of the castle took away their rights and powers. What an asshole. As a follower of this religion, as the 8th Castellan, I felt that it was my duty as well as my responsibility to atone for that sin. I knew the best way to atone for the sin was to give power back to those who we once took it away from, the Los Illuminados. As expected, it took a little time, but we were able to rejuvenate the once sealed Las Plagas. With this success, I was one step closer to the revival of the Los Illuminados. The reason why I released the Las Plagas from deep under this castle and gave them to Lord Sadler was to not only repay for the sins of my ancestors, but I felt certain that the Lord would make better use of this power to help save the world. To save those that have sinned with the power of the Las Plagas, and to cleanse their souls, creating a world without sinners, the way it was meant to be. Once cleansed, they will become one of the many Ganadas where they will find their reason to live. And after the Lord has succeeded in creating the world in which he has envisioned, then the sins of my Salazar family will be atoned for. Whatever you say, Napoleon, whatever you say. This next part is a pain in the balls if you don't handle it right. If you do, well, you're good. 2 crossbow guys and that red bastard that you have to kill. Whoa, whoa, they broke that for me. Thanks. Ah, damn. What the fuck? Hacker. Die.